How are you utilizing the technology?
Okay, so there's several different ways we use it. So like for my engineering one, which is our initial introductory engineering class, we start off with something like this, which is the SDG kit. And so, it runs, this is the battery, just runs off a battery. This is a power unit here. And then this screen here shows you all sorts of, I don't know where the thing is. There we go. Um, Shows you all sorts of measurements you can do: temperature, pressure, light level. And what we're using a lot of right now is this soil moisture tester, because that one, we're doing a national competition called Plant the Moon Challenge. Um, and they gave us lunar soil. So it's like crushed rock. And we're challenged to mix up or engineer a soil that will grow vegetables efficiently, so that they can use that on the moon and they don't have to transport all the food back and forth. Um, and so we use that a lot in the back, just getting them used to how it works. And then later on, once they get used to how it works and the IoT platform, how to check it online, then we start with some cool project. Like we've done the 3D. So we have 3D printers here. The kids learn how to use 3D printers. So later on in the year, if they're interested in 3D printers, we put them, if they want, on rockets, right? And so it comes off in pieces. Sorry, this has stuff in it, so I can't open it all the way. But um, the engine goes back here, and they learn how to 3D print it, how to design a rocket using open software, free too, so it's awesome. And then they can put the MaxIQ chips in there and actually take altitude, all sorts of measurements with it. So they actually program that one a little bit, but that's a little bit of what we do with it. We've taken that up to a large scale project where we do worked with Blue Shift, which is about 4 hours from here. So we're in Massachusetts, and they're north of us in Maine, where we monitor the vibrations and the CO2 and particles coming off of the engine as it was running. It's a net zero carbon engine that they're developing for the space program up there. And then most recently, we took it up a notch, and did a NASA high altitude balloon. And so this is actually the payload. You can see it's got it's got a lot of dirt, soil on it from when it crashed down, but it's still holding together. Princeton, Côte d'Azur, Parklands from South Africa, Cape Town, and us and several others collaborated on this. The boards are on the inside taking data. And we thought, oh, it'd be a nice little confirmation experiment to see, temperature change, the temperature profile in the atmosphere. But what it turned out to be is a very interesting experiment. We got a ton of data from it that just part of the data didn't fit what was supposed to be there at 24 miles. So we've been having fun exploring that and seeing what statistical anomalies exist and what that CO2 and CO2 plume would be. So
Is there one thing that stands out where it's kind of like, I mean, for example, I believe you became a STEM Teacher of the Year this year here, and how much have these different technology influenced both students and yourself with this technology here?
yeah, well, that's a great question. For me, it's all about the students. I don't When Cody first came to me, I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know much about electronics. I know programming, but I don't know much about electronics. But the chips make it so easy, and they just kind of like pull apart, right? And so the kids can easily put them together. There's no soldering, so it really makes it like a low level entry point for the kids to start learning. So we did that. one group did that last year. And then this year they were like, we want to put together a chip of our own. And so it's always for them growing in confidence is what I see for them. So one group actually worked with you quite well through Zoom and was able to solder, had never soldered before. They learned how to solder, right? They learned how the chips actually worked and communicated and put it together. First time it worked. It was amazing. The kids were so excited. They just get so much confidence out of these activities. Because, it's like scaffolding, right? Start small, build up, build up, build up. So that now these kids, they were presenting at a local venue here. And one of the guys who's the head of the National Defense Industry Association came up and he's like, hey, tell me about this. He used to work at NASA, a NASA JPL. He's the one that worked to design the arm on the space shuttle. And so he was talking to them. He goes, well, this would be great if it was just like, even if you confirmed data, like the profile, temperature profile, and, CO2 and that would be wonderful. But he goes, you found this. You guys need to publish on this. So it's interacting. These projects get us to interact with industry people in the industry that the kids normally wouldn't interact with, right? We wouldn't see this person at all. And it happened as well at the main space conference we went to last year. MaxIQ sponsored a poster session. And so we went last year, and that was phenomenal experience. I mean, what the kids took away from that is, wow, people actually want to hear and value our opinion that are in the industry. So I view these like a lot of times in education, we say, oh, these are real world projects. But to me, these are like more than real world projects because, yeah, the kids are working on them like a scientist would in the real world, but it gives them access to people they wouldn't normally talk with or interact with. That opens doors for them, that gives them confidence, those networking skills that are so important when you're, an adult and trying to get a job that they just don't really understand as a student in high school, right? We're just a traditional high school, but we're able to give the students these awesome opportunities if they so choose.
Great, thanks. Any final remarks? Anything you kind of like want to have off your chest while you have an opportunity?
Yeah, just that working with MaxIQ has been awesome. It not only so I was just talking about the kids, but for me, it's given me a lot more confidence in, wow, the kids can do this. So they're taking stuff that, so in my engineering class, right, we have standards we need to follow. And we do, but we work them into these projects. So they're more application based. And it goes beyond just the engineering here. So the kids are pulling in stuff from their business. They're pulling stuff in from their computer science classes. So now we've started engaging, reaching out to the biotech and chemistry classes, because soon we'll be going, soon, meaning like June, July, sending a payload up to the International Space Station for like a month or two. And so we have a small space, and I'm like, well, we could take those four chips that we have to put on there, and we could use them all for engineering, but why not involve other classes in it? So we're having a little competition in chemistry, and we're having a little competition in biotech to see who can design an experiment for a chip, right, based on these parameters. So involving other kids, not making it just so that it's an engineering project anymore, but embracing more of the science and recruiting more kids. I mean, that's what's really happened a lot with this, is more and more kids keep coming into engineering and the physics to kind of play with this stuff, which has kind of created a problem where I'm the only physics engineering teacher. So now this year, someone else has to teach one of the physics classes because we've got too many kids, right? I only have so much capacity, and there's too many kids that want the engineering and the and physics. So it's been quite a blessing. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Jim.